guys, my name is Yoritza with Lifestyle. Today I'm going to show you how to upload your brand new listing onto the MLS. Hope you enjoy. Everyone, so you should be familiar with your MLS dashboard, which as you can see my screen, I'm going to start from the top, how to upload your brand new listing onto the MLS. So once you're in your MLS dashboard, you're going to go to add/edit. I'm going to go step by step. You're going to press add new, and you're going to press whichever one matches the subject property. So let's just say that my brand new listing is a single family home. So I'm going to click on single family, and I'm going to say that it's in Miami-Dade County. I put the address. I'm going to put any address as an example, okay? So East. This is one of my listings, so I'm just going to pretend that this is brand new. So I'm going to click fill. Once the MLS populates the subject property, you're going to click fill. You're going to start filling in all the tabs. So at the top, you could ignore this for now, whether it be active and coming soon, because anyways, once you upload all the documents for the listing, on the back end, we will activate the listing for you. So you move on to location information. It's in Miami-Dade County, the city of Hialeah. The area is always the third and fourth number of your folio. And on this subject property, the third and fourth number is 1, 2, 3, 4, is 31. So on area, you're going to press 31, okay? There's another way to search for the area if you're not sure, but I'll get to that as soon as we're done inputting all the information. The municip code, which is always the first two numbers of your folio. So in this case is 04, which you can just put 4, okay? And then usually the section and township, that will populate by itself. If you would like to put more information onto your listing, which is better, you put, there's a development name, you put the elementary school that's closest to your listing, middle school, high school. The more information on your listing you have, the better it is for you as an agent to sell it. A lot of buyers look at the area, the school districts, just to see if it's a good area, good schools. So they always look that up. So it's nice to have a lot more information on your listing. So moving on to general information. Here you're going to fill out as much as you can. Is it a short sale? On this listing, it is not. It is not an REO property. You put in the price that you're listing it at. So I'm going to put $419. The style of the property, does it have pool? Does it have ocean access? In this case, it does not have pool and no water. So once you press that, you move on. The type of property it is, a single family, front exposure, what is the property facing? Is it east, west? In this case, is east. The year built description, is it a resale, new construction, is it under construction? In this case, for my listing, it is a resale. Okay, it is no HOPA. Garage spaces, there's no garage, so I would put 0. If your listing has a garage, would it be a 2-car garage, single garage? So you would put 1 or 2 or more if it's big or double garage. Waterfront, no. Parking, in this listing, it has a driveway. Lot description, in my listing, it's less than half an acre or a quarter acre for that matter. 1 second. Let me scroll down. Okay, so my listing does not have waterfront, so I do not have to fill anything there. Moving on to all the yellow boxes, which is required to put information in. This listing does not have any lake, lagoon, golf view, none of that. So in my case, it would be none. Okay. Pool, no. Design, it doesn't have anything detached, so I would put anything, everything is attached to the property.
You click outside and just scroll down.
Oh, I missed your call again. Damn it. It's okay. Okay, I keep going?
Yeah, from there, keep going. I'll post production. You just click outside in the box and you can scroll down now. What? Scroll down. Oh, you're already at the bottom.
It's recording?
Yeah, go ahead and keep going from that.
No, I have
you're
to.
At the bottom. Oh,
No.
This is a little box, so click on here and now you can scroll.
Oh, okay. Okay, so the design description, mine is 1 story. Construction is CBS, concrete construction. Okay, and the flooring is regular tile. So the objective is just to fill out, all the details on your listing. Every listing is different. You may have wood flooring, porcelain flooring. So it's always important to identify and specify each detail on the property, which will help you sell it in the long run. In moving on to remarks, here you would put, your remarks, catchy phrases to catch the buyer's attention. If it has washer and dryer, if it has anything appealing that will target the buyers to your listing, it would be better to specify in your remarks. If there's any showing instructions, you could always write that in. If you just scroll down, 1 second. You could always put broker remarks, you could put your showing instructions and just, sell it in the remarks. Why should they buy that property, right? So moving on to rooms, this one is a 4-4, which is incorrect. This listing is a 3-2. I'm not sure why it populated as a 4-4, but I'll correct it. That's why it's important to always make sure the information that populates by itself is correct. And another way you can make sure that it's correct is if you, on a separate tab, you could always go to Miami-Dade property search and make sure that there's that everything is correct. Well, actually, it is a 4-4. I apologize. So I'm going to put 4-4. Okay, so moving on to bedroom description. This one is entry level. It's a single home. There's no 2 stories. So on the white boxes, it's not mandatory I fill that out. Granted, if I had not 2 master bedrooms, I would always you want to include that, right? But it's not mandatory I put anything in these boxes. So any additional rooms, there is a family room in this property. And I also have a Florida room in this property. So I click both of them. Okay, so moving forward, I don't have to put anything here. So let's move on to additional information. Here's just more, filling out more features on the listing. Again, the more information you have on your listing, the better. So interior features, first floor entry is correct. There is no custom mirrors, no elevator, there's no fireplace. If you have French doors in your listing, you definitely want to put that. That's a good selling point. Unfortunately, on this listing, there is no French doors, so I'm going to move on. Equipment, there's a dishwasher. There is a dryer. Give me 1 second. There is a dryer. There is electric water heater, and I have an ice maker in this property. Microwave. 1 second. Just trying to put the most I can. There is a washer, and I may have missed dryer, but there is also a dryer in this listing. Okay, I clicked on it. Perfect. So I definitely want to mention that there's washer and dryer in the property. Now, exterior features, there is no deck, there is no built-in grill. We do have on this listing we have fruit trees, which is good. There's high impact doors, very important. If you have impact doors, you definitely want to mention that. That's a selling point. There is a patio, and that should be good. Subdivision information. This is not a community, so I don't have to click on that. There's no exercise room. So if there's nothing, like no amenities, you can always put, I'm sure there's, one second. I would put no subdivision park info, or because there is no subdivision park, but you can always put other, because they will know, the realtor will always know if it's a community, if there's amenities. So I always put other or no. Okay, so moving on to heating description. Is it through gas, central? In this case, it's central heat. For sewer description, in this case, is municipal sewer. Cooling is central AC. Water description, this one I believe is municipal water. So, and if you're not sure, you can always ask your client, ask your seller, and ask them to fill out a property disclosure form, which is very helpful. And some realtors even request it. So it's always good to have a property disclosure form filled out when you are obtaining the listing agreement. Okay, so moving on to roof description. If it's a flat tile roof, in this case it is. So I'm going to click flat tile. Restrictions, in this case, there's no association, so I'm going to click no restrictions. And these white boxes here, there's no need to press anything in it. It's not required, and we do not have green energy efficiency, so we're good. Moving on to financial office information. Now, in terms considered, it's always good to know if your client is willing to accept different loan programs, traditional FHA, conventional. Obviously, everyone would love a cash deal. So you can click all three. You can even click up to four. If your client wants cryptocurrency as an option, then you would click that too. So in this case, my client, the sellers will be okay with FHA, conventional, or cash, or VA. So let me click VA as well. VA, which is veteran loan. So moving on, you click all of the terms considered. Type of association, there is no association, so I'm going to press none. Tax year, we are in 2021, so I usually put 2020 because we're still in 2021. So the realtor, they will do their due diligence and make sure that they know what the taxes are. Special assessment, there is none. Even though it's not a required field, it's not yellow, I'd still like to put no, because there is no association, there's no special assessment. So moving on, membership purchase required, no. Possession information, I always put at funding. So the new buyer can take possession of the property once the deal funds. Okay. Am I the owner agent? No. And moving down, based on your listing agreement, this part for compensation is going to be based on your listing agreement. So whatever commission percentage you agreed on as your commission would be what you put here. Okay. So AVM, I usually put no. Blogging, I put yes. So realtors can advertise my listing. Address on internet, yes. Listing type, I usually, when signing a listing agreement, I usually have them agree to exclusive right to sell or rent. Variable or dual rate, I always press no. Occupancy information, is your listing occupied? Is it owner occupied, or is it vacant? In this case, it's vacant. I don't like to receive MLS offers directly to the MLS. I usually like to receive offers to my email. So I always put disable. If you are willing or want to receive offers through the MLS, then you're more than welcome to, and you can put enable. Okay, to advertise, one second. Actually, that's not a required field, but I would put yes. List date, the day that you list your property, your listing. Okay, so blogging, yes, because I want other realtors to advertise my listing and potentially find me a buyer. For list date will be the date that you agreed on listing it, which in this case would be today's date. So I would put June 15th. Expiration date, depending on your listing agreement, when did you decide to let the listing expire? So whether it be 6 months, 8 months, you would just click on the month and date that you agreed on with your client, right? So for compensation, depending on what you agreed on with your seller, let's just say it was 3%. So he's paying out a 6% total of commission, 3% buyer's agent, 3% seller's agent. And then for compensation for non-rep, I put 1% just because I don't want to offer a full commission. Okay, so I only offer full commission on both sides, so seller's agent and buyer's agent. That's it. For showing instructions, depending on the structure that you set up with your client, you can always put appointment only. You can put call listing agent. You can choose up to 3. So depending on is it vacant? If it's vacant, you can always put a lockbox on it, Supra on the property, and just have agents request a showing through showing time, and you can confirm the appointment. If you need a 24-hour notice, which is always good to have, you would click 24 hours as well. Okay, so moving on, we're almost done. For photo instructions, you always put realtor to upload photos. Okay, it's very important to have good quality photos on your listings because they help you sell it faster. If you have photos through your iPhone, they may be good, but you can do a lot better if you get a professional out there and take nice pictures. Okay, so that's it. Once you put everything, you could always go back to check your work, make sure you clicked on all the boxes, you provided the most information you can, you put your remarks under remarks. If you want to put how to get to the subject property, you put directions. So once you double check your work and you're ready to activate, you would just click yes and you submit listing. In this case, this listing is already listed, so I don't want to submit it, but here's where you would finish the submission of your listing. You just click submit listing and you're done. Now, on the back end, once you submit your listing, the back office receives a notification that you are trying to activate your brand new listing. We will review your documents, make sure that we have everything that we need, and your listing will go live immediately. So that's it. If you guys have any questions or concerns, you're a little confused, you can always reach out to me and I'll be more than happy to help you guys out.